Thanks for saving us. It's not much, but you can buy some of my goods at a preferential price.
Well, how about you give me a potion to use up the one I just spent? How's that? Would that work for you? I'm hesitant to just buy one of these because it looks like I can find weapons. I just don't know what weapons I can find in the game. And is there a max number of potions? Well, we'll start by buying this, I guess. Buy one of those. You know, I'll buy one of those anyways. An event has finished near your location. We will see later if that was a preferential price. I'm telling you, was it 10 gold for the potion? We'll see. Let's go and interact with the board. Turn these in. Gotta wait for all the animation before I'm allowed to click through. I'm clicking right now. I'm still clicking right now. I was clicking non-stop during that whole thing, but that's as fast as I could have gone. Just going to equip stuff before I rest, because I think time is still running during this menu. The epic is +1 incantation speed and +10 MP, whereas these gloves are all +1 incantation and +10 MP. Is there really a difference between it being epic and not epic then? No, I think one of the reasons why I keep thinking Lost Remnant when I play this game is because these two characters do look a lot like Lost Remnant characters. The chick uses a staff instead of being, I think, one of the royal knights from Lost Remnant. But there is a sister that also uses a staff. Not that the staffs are unique to any particular game. Also, this character here, he looks like Rush. I played Lost Remnant a long time ago. 400 hours on it or something. Probably way more than needs to be to play that game. That was one of the games that introduced me to the idea that you don't want to overlevel, and that enemies would also level with you. So you would be, in some ways, penalized because the enemies would get tougher. So there was really no point for you to get stronger. You want to get stronger so you can fight that enemy? Well, tough. Some of the enemies are going to get stronger with you. Now, that being said, you had to level intelligently, which is what I always do. You see that I'm always very stingy with my level up points, resources, anything like that. I put a lot of thought into it. This is why I always go into creating spreadsheets and stuff for myself to try to figure out how to really leverage out anything I'm doing, whether it's DPS or skill points. I don't always make spreadsheets, but when I do, I make them count. I find it ludicrous that she cannot equip a leather hood. I want you to think about that for a minute. If I gave you a leather hat that said I told you had a magic ability to give you more protection than just on your head, it would protect you from magic damage and stuff, more than any current hat you have. You wouldn't wear it because it's made of leather. Somehow I don't think she's being super environmentally friendly. I don't think that's her reason. Don't take another step. Dangerous criminals here. If you have no business here, go back from whence you came. I'm assuming they all say the same thing. Yeah, it's not really a guard that's speaking, it's just a field that's speaking. Alright, whatever. Where to now? There's this weird thing here. I assume that's supposed to be a location icon, perhaps a location I haven't quite discovered and hasn't revealed to me. Well then, obviously we should go there before we're supposed to. Now, if I weren't recording this, I would probably try to level up strong enough to kill that one giant deer monster, the one that was level 15 or 16. 16 the second time I saw him. I thought it was 15 the first time I saw him. I would deliberately try to beef up enough to kill him. However, on my off time where I'm not recording, I'm playing Destiny 2 to try to get stronger. Currently at like 291 power or something.
Can't find a way. I'll make one!
You don't need to be panning this much, Mr. Cameraman. I'll start with Earthgrave. I'm wondering if like 1700 on the dot it becomes super foggy. I kind of explained it earlier, from super light to super dark experience I had. They already noticed me. Let's go ahead and...
I will commend your soul to the gods.
Okay, so this will give me... Will that really give me more? Okay. I'll lose the magic point, which is fine. I don't think he actually casts magic. I assume Earth Strike and Lightning Strike are all attack abilities. Let's go put that on then. Okay, so from 17 to 1800 it becomes super foggy, then it becomes super dark. Looks like I'll probably have a team of 3 in battle, that is. I probably have to go to the Marsh of Alessa to get to whatever that thing is. I didn't see an easy to access route. Perhaps I'm supposed to repair that bridge or something, but I didn't see anything that I could easily reach. And I'm not terribly worried about it when the time is right. If the game needs me to go there, I'm sure I'll go there. A lot of RPGs like this, they just you go to every important location because the game requires you to do exactly that. So now I have 10 crystal fruits. I should probably go back to the dude and turn in the thing. So for you, it'll be a quick jump to him. For me, I've got to backtrack all the way back to the beginning of the game. Now, there could be that fast travel later in the game, or he could be in some sort of central hub or easier to reach. Perhaps a bridge will appear from Herelsor that allows me to get to him. But for the time being, if I want to turn that in right now, I've got to run back. And guess what? I do want to return it right now. Because if I can get every ounce of power I can get in the beginning of the game, can make me that much further ahead for all the initial challenges until I start steamrolling the game. I'm not worrying too much about leveling up right now until I at least get a third person. Then I'll probably try to do some farming. I wish there was an auto battle feature. I feel like the battle was so slow paced that we needed an auto battle feature. Seems like a good deal for him. Someone turns in 9, you get nothing! He gets to keep the whole thing. Not that I think there are going to be anybody else but my characters turning things in. It's just as a concept, it's a little weird. If, let's say, there were other adventurers doing this, then there's going to be times where he doesn't get crystals because they're going to hold on to our 5th one and never just come back. I'm talking about like if there were other in-game adventurers. They'd be like, oh, I only get 4, or that's assuming he gives your reward every 5. And on the other side, I do know that there's going to be a few people who will give him 6 or 8 and then, get nothing for the last couple. But in general, I think if he were thinking about it from a commercial point of view, he would actually lose out on magic fruits. Here's a chest I missed. And it has a heal spell inside. I wonder if those things are randomly generated. The contents of the chest, not the chest itself. What? I guess they don't expect me to come back yet with 10 magic fruit. You think there'd be more guards or something? With walls as tall as that, you think they could afford to have some soldiers patrolling the area, or just standing outside the city to keep watch for things? Really? Oh, I can actually interact with them? Let me explain to them how. There is no way we are carrying the corrosion. Calm down, Grandma. Herelsorians will eventually open their gates. They're a bit haughty, but they're not bad guys. I don't want to initiate whatever cutscene's going to happen by me walking up to them. We should send a petition to the Sanctorium, but many of us abandoned that idea before even considering it. Then why mention this? Some say the Arcalites sabotaged the Archlight and caused the explosion. Can't stop these darn shakes, darn it. Know who's happy about the Archlight? The Consort. They're going to jump at the opportunity to ban whatever tech's still legal. We lost Arcadia in just an instant. Can't believe it. Most of us have family in Herelsor, yet they won't open the doors. He has a really hard, long stride when he's turning. Why did we leave home? Because the Archlight blew up. What's the Archlight? The big building near the city, remember? With the big crystal. It blew up? Yeah, our home too. Why did the Archlight blow up? I don't know, Lily. Why did we leave home? Sorry, I'm a bit tired. Do you mind if we speak later? Oh, it might have been a dude that said that. Some of us decided to stay in what remains of the city, though it has been overrun by monsters. Oh, then they're probably like level 500 by the time I get to them, won't they? We're all hungry, and some of us are wounded. When the archlight exploded, the flash was so strong I was blind for an hour or two. Now I can only see with the left one. I lost all of my family in the explosion. I'm not sad. Should I be? Okay. Leave me alone. Open the doors! Let me just turn enough to talk to this dude. Are you blind? No one here's got the corrosion, pal. Let us in. No, you got it wrong. Working with the Arclight technology doesn't give you... I guess you guys have trouble deciding how you want to spell Arclight. Arclight technology doesn't give you the corrosion. We can't let anyone enter, sir. We can't risk a corrosion outbreak in Herelsor. I think that may have been check. I'm clicking, but nothing's going on. That's not what I've heard. Now keep your distance. Halt! Keep your distance. Access to the city is restricted. Nobody gets through. How long will it take exactly? No one can say. Please, look at the safe conduct from the Sanctorium. I believe that it should be enough to grant us access to the city. A safe conduct? What do you think? Seems legit to you? Seems right, yeah. Besides, look at our garb. Seems like pretty official stuff. Yeah, you can go. Do you know of a guy named Alfarius by any chance? Doesn't ring a bell. Better luck asking the people inside. Thank you. That easy? There's gotta be a catch somewhere. They tear down the entire barricade. New Herelsor, as opposed to old Herelsor. By losing their homes, the Arcadians made their sinful nature manifest. The gods would never allow the faithful to go unsheltered. Of course I'm sad for the Arcadians. They didn't deserve what happened to them. They might, however, have expected it. I think I bugged the game by talking to them just as the cutscene was unfolding. And I'm not allowed to escape out of this. I'm hitting escape and there's a little no sign on the bottom left saying, no, you're not allowed to skip this cutscene. There's two Celines now. There's one right here. Hey, there's two Daryons. Daryon's a little harder to notice. Alright, let me restart the application. We'll be right back. Alright, I managed to lure a large group of them together. They were kind of spread out, so... This is going to be the biggest fight I've been in. Now, you may be like, you were just in time. Well, since I loaded the game, I decided to make a phone call to see how the family was doing on their Christmas clothing shopping trip. And so I started wandering around outside so I could maybe get some levels or something. Yeah, that's not helpful at all, camera guy.
There!
And there were a couple things I bypassed on the way because I wanted to get it on footage. There was a chest and a caravan, so let's get the chest first. So where am I? I am in the middle of the field. That's pretty nondescript, I think the phrase is, or I think the word is. It's probably the same stockpile as before, but just in case, let's see what my crystal count is on my characters. Let's see here, I've got 1 blue, 4 red, 6 yellow, so I definitely do not need any more yellows. Or at the very least, I have the most yellows out of anything else in my color, in my spectrum of crystals. Was it always supposed to be that panning? Because I think I don't know if the dude was in front of the caravan anytime I saw that. This is the complete opposite of helpful. Let's try panning the camera this way. It's supposed to simulate the JRPG-ness. We should put the camera where the hero's on the right. Like this. There we go.
I will commend your soul to the gods.
She's just standing there, takes a bunch of shrapnel in the face. Horribly scarred for life. I'm not quite sure they know what they're doing. Can I not heal him? Is he too far to heal? I know the battle's almost over, but this is to prevent me from slipping up or anything while I wait for him to get closer, while I wait for positioning.
Your wayward soul.
Alright, let's go back to the city then. We finished our little detour. We'll definitely make a save. So although that icon had appeared while I was running the first time, when I loaded continue, it loaded me from before the barricades went down. I had to talk to him again. Not a big deal, but that did not indicate I was saving that time. It may normally, but that time it didn't. And so, in the wakes of what is known today as the Arcadian Catastrophe, the consort, with the assent of the Council, has forbidden the use of all crystal catalysts until further notice. Each household will have to relinquish all catalysts for the... But what are we going to do? We can't operate our harvesters without catalysts. Is this some kind of sick joke? Darn it! Darn Arcadians again, they're making it worse for everyone. Told you so, I told you so, don't use those cursed machines, I told you. Things are getting worse by the day. The same goes for Mom. So, how are we going to find your mentor? Yes, so what was that note already? Find me in Herelsor. I'll be sporting a very well-groomed mustache. That's our only lead. Yep. This keeps getting better and better. Things will work out just fine, you'll see. Let's ask around if anyone's seen him. Thanks, Arcadia! I rely heavily on machines for my business. Without catalysts to power them, I'm finished. I'm not gonna worry about trying to talk to everybody. I think I normally do in all the RPGs, but this is early access. I think it's just best if we move on. You a merchant, or are you just going to talk to me about random crap? You won't talk to me at all. Alright, so that's what I would be dealing with when I tried to talk to everybody. Alfarius? Talk to Myrna. She has ears everywhere. She lives in a gaudy tent with garish colors. Follow the tracks of stupid youngsters grinning like idiots and you'll eventually get there.
So, what's next?
Finding Lady Myrna, so it seems. From what I heard, she's a renowned soul searcher.
A soul searcher? Oh, for the dead god's sake!
Is there a problem?
Can't stand them. Con men and women preying on people gullible enough to believe them.
Well, I don't hate them.
Don't tell me you're actually buying their hogwash.
I don't. But at the very least, I find it entertaining.
Great. You'll do the talking then.
How do I... What if I put you in reserve? I want you to be leader. She is supposed to be doing the talking. Alright, fine. I mean, I know that wasn't actually a thing meant for me to switch leaders, but I thought that'd be a good segue into it. Also, where's my quest? Find a soul searcher named Myrna. I don't know, I couldn't hear it either. I could just see the subtitles. Apparently, of all the people in Herelsor, a soul searcher named Myrna is the only one who here with information on Ferris's whereabouts. She lives in some kind of gaudy tent, we were told. Are we going to talk to her? Yes. Am we going to enjoy it? No. I know soul searchers. They are the worst. It's a good thing Celine is around. I don't know what I'd have been capable of otherwise.
I know who you are here for. Your elusive master, Alfarius.
That is correct.
Sit down. First things first. Let me decipher your spirit. Not you, priestess. There is little light to shed on your soul. No shadows within you. You're a setting sun, a perfect orb of searing light clearing the path ahead. To scrutinize your soul would be as pointless as looking for shadows among the flames.
Maybe.
But for the young man painfully dragging himself at your side, it's another story. A story worth telling, actually.
Oh, no. Please, no.
Sit, boy. There are plenty of shadows to go about in your tormented mind. Let me approach these unwanted zephyrs.
Yeah, no, I'll keep my thoughts to myself if you don't mind. We're here for Alfarius. Do you know where he is?
For me to answer such a straightforward question would be an insult to the grand, ever-changing order. Life cares little for simplicity, and truth seldom reveals itself to such tedious inquiries. Like a worm, you have to writhe your way through darkness to find it. If you want me to reveal Alfarius's whereabouts, you will have to let me scrutinize your soul first.
That's what I figured. You soul-searching people just love hearing yourselves prattle on about the lives of others.
No need to be so rude, Darian.
If she can really read my soul, then the way I talk will soon be the last of her worries. I can tell you that.
My, you're a lively one. It will be enjoyable indeed. So, sit.
No getting out of this, is there? Keep in mind, I'm not like the wide-eyed teenagers that come asking you for advice, Myrna. The war is behind me, and there's little innocence left in me for you to exploit.
Know that for my predictions, I need a small part of your essence, but a tiny fragment of your soul.
It's customary for soul searchers to ask you for a part of your soul before they predict your future. It's only for show, though. They don't actually take anything from you. Lady Myrna just wants you to voice your consent.
Seriously? Yeah, okay. Take a part of my soul if you want. Be my guest. Just don't go complaining afterwards.
Come, forsaken shard of destiny! Come, pledge of days long past! Let this carmine crystal be your new home!
Is that it? Alright, you can go through your usual routine now. Ooh, I'm sensing something. Great destiny ahead. Then, the light on your crystal goes off. It's the first time it happens to you. Then you tell me. I can't see it. I can't see your destiny. I don't understand. The star shines over your fate, young man, but I can't see what it is. But it is a great one indeed. There, I just did it for you.
Just let her focus.
That was pretty good.
I see. It seems you are wounded, young man. Beaten but unyielding. Torn yet still whole. Pride is your crutch, justice your path. You've been walking on the edge for some time now. Unsure whether to take the leap. Your path will take you up hills and down vales, but always the edge alongside. Of these happenings, you're the unwilling actor. You long for nothing but peace. You are trusting the path to take you where you must, looking for an omen to help you make your choice. Yet...
That's enough! I let you have your fun, play out your little performance. Now, tell us where we can find Alfarius.
So impatient to meet your fate. I just told you that your trip will take you to many strange places. One of these is a vale not too far from here. In its crucible, a handful of people. Lost, the whole lot of them. Amongst them, a prisoner by the name of Calder.
Calder?
You are to free him from his jailers. After, and only after you've done it, will I reveal Alfarius' location to you.
Excuse me, but I think Alfarius would want to meet us as soon as possible.
You know my conditions. Whether you choose to meet them is up to you.
If there is no other way, then we will do it. What do you say, Darian?
Yes, we'll do it.
I'm surprised, Darian. You didn't even argue with her when she tasked us with finding this Calder.
That's because I know him. At least, if he's the one I'm thinking of.
Who is he?
A fellow soldier, and a good man. We both served in the same company. If he's a prisoner, that means...
He's probably a deserter, just like you?
Probably.
I understand why you accepted so readily.
If he's a deserter, though, that means his captors might be fellow soldiers. If possible, I'd like to avoid harming them.
We will find a way to free Calder without violence, then. Calder, a fellow brother in arms. I really wonder if it's merely a coincidence.
Of course it is. She's no seer. But she's good at flapping her gums, I'll give her that.
I need to focus. Let us speak later. Hey, look at me. I leave you 1 month with that sword, and it's still as good as new. We had an agreement. I would use this sword for a month, and... Don't try to weasel your way out of it. Hold on, I think I got the roles reversed. Hold on. The blacksmith's the one on the right, I would assume. Just based off of how... blacksmiths are generally gruff, not baby-faced looking people. As a stereotype anyways. Don't try to weasel your way out of it, you little runt. I told you to test that sword in a real combat situation, not let it have its beauty sleep in your scabbard. Hey, I did my best. Do you actually know how durable this thing is? You're a disgrace, Kobold. Get out of my sight. I thought you had what it took for the job, but I was obviously wrong. Get! Hey, you promised me a reward in exchange for... Don't make me gut you, pal. Your innards would make this lovely pavement look bad. I'll do it. Give me the sword. Here to prove your mettle? After a closer look, probably not. That claymore in your back is probably just for show, I'd say. Don't take it the wrong way, old man, but you're not really the type I'd like to impress. Whoa, this one's got some kick on his tongue. Sure you're not here to test some of my swords? No, I guess not. Not with those scrawny shoulders of yours. You're growing senile, Gramps. You should start making sense if you want this conversation to go anywhere. By the dead gods, we've got a thinker over here. He wants the whole story. Then listen, thinker. I'm trying a new alloy for weapons, for our boys to use against the archlights back there. It's a sort of Arcadian steel tempered with a bit of crystal. It's supposed to give it some magical properties. and I need to know how it withstands long-term damage. Its enchantment is volatile, and I wouldn't want it to evaporate after 1 or 2 blows. Thing is, the volunteers I keep tasking with this mission are pathetic excuses for warriors, for the life of them. They just can't seem to wear the blade out. They're probably not even trying, though. They happen to knock a couple of wolves out and they believe they're some kind of legendary swordsman. I need someone who will take this blade out for a spin in a shower, and not in spring water if you catch my drift. This baby needs violence. Find some tough enemy to slay, or slaughter Orokos by the thousands. I just want that blade worn out by the time you come back to me and its magic depleted. And what do I get out of this? What do I get out of this? A thank you, maybe? Or even better, a cup of tea? I'm the best blacksmith there is, kid. I'll let that feisty brain of yours imagine what it's like to be in my good graces. So, interested, wimp? Give me that blade and don't cry when you see what I make of it. Give me that blade and don't cry when you see what I make of it. Hold on. Hey, I'm not the blind girlfriend you left in your backwater village, champ. I need more than empty promises. There's too many windows up all at once here. All in the same spot. So he gave me a wild thing. That is, so it's, he gave me a wimpy wild thing. Fight a tough enemy with Kargag's sword in order to deplete it of its magic. Kargag, the blacksmith, gave me a unique sword, as well as a peculiar mission. He wants me to test it against strong opponents. The intent behind this general request is to check how long the sword's magic can abide in a real combat situation. The old coot fears the enchantment is a bit too volatile. Not as volatile as its temper, I hope. I must find a tough enemy and use the sword against it. The longer the fight, the better the chance of seeing the sword's magic depleted. Once this is done, I should bring the weapon, or what remains of it, back to its maker. So this is a recipe, right? So I could buy this and I could start making them. Okay. Would ever want to make a justice since that's the sword I started with. I guess that maybe if I could improve upon it when I make a new sword. Let's take a look. I knew I needed accessories, but I didn't see any of those looking like an accessory. Maybe some sort of boots. Let's try it. So I'll buy the leather boots recipe. What does X mean? That I could cancel it if I click on it again? I don't want to buy a second one. Okay. So now I supposedly own that recipe. Huh. Okay. I probably just wasted 500 there, because there's always a possibility I'll find those recipes while I'm wandering the world. That's the same price. So much for that preferential. What's a flask do? Nothing. And yellows are still 158. Different kinds of yellows. I think I did need a blue, didn't I? Yeah, light blue. Wait, no, I didn't click that. No, I don't want that. How do I cancel that? I'm clicking it, clicking X. Ah, crap, I'm buying everything by accident. I don't want these things. But I think escape will make me buy it. Maybe I just bought it when I... Alright, let me just load. So maybe the X means it's sold out, but when I went back to the dude for Boots recipe, the X was gone. Okay. I just talked to the blacksmith again, and he gave me a protective wild fang this time. It was worth having to do that again. Hey, you didn't have anything I wanted. Well, let's go and check this out anyways. Right here. Really? I loaded since then. Like I went through the cutscenes. She. Let me try restarting the application. Because it's gonna suck if these things can only be bought once per game? I don't even know. So I still have the protective wild thing for my autosave. Let's see if that merchant... Because I definitely don't have a second blue gem. I only have the one I've always had. Okay. Very weird. Let's go ahead and buy one of these. But yeah, like when I was clicking buy down here, because I was thinking, oh, maybe this is... Because I see that the money gets changes immediately. That's good. But then I had to wonder what the X really meant. Like, in this case, it means that she doesn't have any in stock. That's fine. And this, I assume, it means I have 4 on my person. Yeah, now I have a second blue gemstone. So if I wanted to buy more of that and to get her back in stock, I guess I would just exit the game entirely. Well, she has double spring 1 now. I wonder how that affects anything, if anything at all. The question is this better than the other way around? But there's no easy totaling thing, because I've got to keep a mental track of this stuff. But in general, I'm just going to say the more gems I can use, the better. So I can get 5 gems here and 5 gems here. The red one I have for this is pretty lame, though. No, it's not even 5, it's 4 gems this way. No, it is. Okay, it's 4 gems either direction. Just one will have purple. So instead of having 2 greens, I would have a purple instead. So the question is my purple better than a green I might equip? If we go to inventory, crystals, and magenta. So that gives me 5 haste and 5 speed. Not sure what the difference between those are. Whereas this one doesn't give me anything like that. So yeah, I would say maybe the... Well, it's characters. Will it tell me? Okay. Let's go ahead and go back to her. Pull out all these gems. And go this direction. This will give me a little bit more faster. There we go. She doesn't sell any res, right? And what's her blue like? It would be nice if I could compare my crap very easily. So her blue, her cyan, was it? The dark blue. See, this is a button you have to press, but the other one, I don't even know.